Okay then, so I'm the Catman from Catman's Rocks on Voodoo Radio Online, and I'm joined by Rhys from Smoke Over Elsewhere. Rhys.
Hello. Um, glad to be chatting to you. Yeah, I'm from Smoke Over Elsewhere. We're Nottingham's own country boys, I suppose. We're a southern hard rock band, big influence from like Blackstone Cherry, Cadillac Three, lot, a lot of influence on our drummer side from the band Clutch as well, and a load of other influences from genres what far and wide.
Yeah, yeah. I have to say, all that does really show in your music. So, I mean, you've got what is it? Two singles and an EP. You said, was it?
Yeah, there's one single recorded with the current lineup, one of the older ones, and then the most recent EP, and much more to be coming.
Right then. So, do you want to tell us what's going down then in Smoke Over Elsewhere?
Yeah, well, we've had a bit of a mental sort of start to the year, being all over the place. Got a couple of weeks break at the minute before we head to Rotherham on the 23rd of September. And then in November, we're heading to Stockport, the Spinning Top, one of our favourite venues, along with Percy's down in Whitchurch, another one of our favourites, for a little weekender just to kind of promote us and the EP and get it out there a bit more.
Yeah, cool,
It's
cool. So, carry on.
it's shaping up to be a good one. We've got some one of the bands I'm at university with in Nottingham coming with us.
Mm-hmm.
Syrup, along with a local band to Manchester, well, local bands to Manchester, Rat Runner and Mavis.
Okay.
So
So, is Manchester where you're from then, Rick?
my dad's originally from Manchester, but Nottingham is where I'm born and bred and spent all my many years.
I know. So, any plans then for future tours?
We've got something in the works for a bit later in November that we're just waiting on some details for. And then we've been chatting to some friends of ours about plans for next year, and we're also doing Heaven and Hellfest at the Hive in Rotherham next year as well.
Oh, right. Yes, I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're very much looking forward to that. It's long time coming reunion with our good friends in Yesterday's Gone as well, because we
Oh,
haven't
in that case, I'll definitely be there if
a
Rob's up.
long time. And yeah,
Yeah.
great
Yeah,
guys.
me and Rob from Yesterday's Gone, we are good mates.
Oh yeah, he's a right character, our Rob.
He certainly is that. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to say he's been around this the last 12 months, hasn't he? I had a spell with Sons of Liberty, and now he's pretty much back with, Yesterday's Gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been a busy boy, our Rob.
He certainly is. Certainly is. Yeah. So, I mean, we talked about who your influences are, Clutch and all them. If there's any artist, dead or alive, right, who you'd most like to collaborate with, who would that be?
Oh, as a band, I'd probably say working with Blackstone Cherry would be quite cool. We're often compared to them in our sound.
Yeah, yeah.
For me personally, I would absolutely love to work with Brad Paisley. He's an
Mm-hmm.
absolutely brilliant country artist, but also just spending a bit of time, watching him play and figuring out how he does all the chicken picking and all the mad country techniques would
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
be well worth the time.
Certainly would, wouldn't it? Yeah. So, was you the interviewer now? Doing your own interview. Who would you most like to interview?
Oh, oh, that's a question and a half because I'd probably say
Anyway, dead or
someone
alive.
like oh, do you know what? I'd like to sit down with Paul McCartney. He's been around for a
Yeah, I
long
would too.
time.
Yeah,
I bet he's got some stories.
I bet he has. I know. Yeah, I might put an application in. I'm not expecting out back. But I might put an application in.
I mean, saying
Yeah.
that I'm sat here in my Beatles shirt today as well. So
Yeah, I think the one I'd really most love to interview would be somebody from Led Zeppelin. You know, either Jimmy Page or Robert Plant. I'm off to see Robert Plant in Grimsby. I might just put a cheeky little email in there and see if anything comes back.
I would
I'm not holding
blame
me,
you. Or
not
you
holding my breath, but if you don't ask, you don't get, do you?
yeah, it's the nature of this business, I suppose, isn't it? You've got to shoot off emails to everyone you can.
It's certainly have. I was quite amazed to get one back from Massive Wagons and also the Answer recently. So, you know, I've got both them. So there you go. Ask you get.
Yeah, I have to say that Massive Wagons are absolutely love them as personally as a music lover as well, but as guys, they're absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
They
Oh, they certainly are.
were nice enough to give us some feedback on our first single. We were chatting to
Yeah.
them in our lives, and
Yeah.
then since Baz has been absolutely lovely. I've asked him questions
Yeah.
and all sorts. He's an absolutely brilliant guy.
Mm. Yeah, I did an interview with Baz last week. It's on my YouTube channel. Go and check it
I,
out
I
sometime.
did have a look at that actually. It's also I
Yeah,
find their like podcasting they do on YouTube is it's great to just
it's
sit back and
pretty
listen
good,
to.
isn't it? Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
insightful on some subjects.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so more about Smoke Over Elsewhere then. Recordings wise, then, what you got on the horizon?
So on the horizon, well, uh, we're we're a bit cheeky with us. We've managed to get a lot of our recording done pretty much for very low costs due to me being a student at Nottingham's Confetti through NTU. So
Right.
we're in the fact that we have some very well student funded absolutely amazing studios to use. And through that, we met an absolutely amazing guy called Alistair Harris, who has pushed us from being a live focus band really into that studio focus and become a very, very well loved friend of the band as well. So it's been a good couple of months in the studio working on the EP. It was working around bookings and when they're open and not open for term times. But yeah, we spent a lot of time together and it's really formed a good bond. He now knows our sound really well. And going back into the academic year, we've got his access again, having to work for obviously getting degrees and such. So we've got a lot based around that. And I found as a musician studying music performance, so a lot of it's geared towards go and make some music, record something, play some gigs. And I found it being a mature student and someone that's sort of been around the block a few times before I started uni, it's been quite an insightful thing to kind of look at it from more of an academic side, but also really pushed me as a musician and into working with the band because I've got deadlines to meet with things and it kind of makes it feel a little bit more professional than just kind of going, all right, lads, when we're free to go record something. And it's yeah, allowed us to have access to amazing rehearsal facilities as well as recording facilities. So we are very lucky on that front. But yeah, we're going back in around October time to just absolutely use as much of the free recording time we can get from my university career as physically possible.
I can't fault you. Can't fault you. So where did the name Smoke Over Elsewhere come from then?
Oh, I love this question. So well, many moons ago, this idea of creating a band came forth with me and one of my really good friends, George. We used to be in like a blues rock band called Frankium when we were like 14, 15. Things faded away and we all went to do different
Yeah.
things. But we were like, do you know what? Let's do something. And as the nature of this business, we could never find a drummer or another guitarist. So we ended up just me and him jamming a lot. And the name came from, well, our massive love for the Elder Scrolls series, where we were sat just kind of drinking some beers in the summer and just thinking about band names, joked about doing something kind of nerdy with Skyrim and just our interests in games, and came up with Smoke Over Elsewhere and decided to change the spelling of Elsewhere from the Khajiit home in the Elder Scrolls universe because we didn't want to run into any issues with games companies and stealing spellings. But it came about like that, and then I did a podcast some point in over the winter, and the lads pointed out that if you rearrange the letters of the name, you actually get the letters of the Elder Scrolls Online game they produce,
Mhm.
which is ESO. So it's sort of two little Easter eggs for one game series and one name.
Oh, I like that story.
Yeah.
So when you're not out there as a musician in smoke over elsewhere, then what do you get up to?
Oh well, obviously studying music and just being a general music lover is part of all of my life. I'm a dad. Some weekends out of the month as well, so that takes up time. And then
Yeah.
my work, I work for Blue Banana. Actually, I'm one of the managers in the Nottingham store, so
Oh, that's cool.
it gives me an opportunity to try and promote our music scene. So I'll get some
Yeah.
posters, stick them up, and
Hmm.
try and do as much as I can just to kind of connect all the rock scene in Nottingham together
Yeah.
and
Sounds
get
really cool.
paid doing it.
Okay then, Ryan. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure interviewing you. Thank you very much for the interview.
So
Wish
good,
you
man.
all the very best with your future recordings, your future tourings, and I hope
Thank you.
to see you in Rotherham. In fact, 98, well, 99.9% will see you there. So,
Yeah, looking forward to meeting you in person.
and you as well. Look out for the bowl of that when it's on. You can't miss it.
I will do. I will do. Thanks
Yeah,
so much.
there's a bit of a tradition with my bowl that you see. When I'm at gigs, I hand it up to the stage and get band members to wear it, and it's
I've
even
seen.
got its own. It's even got its own Facebook page, the Catman's Hat on tour. So,
I have
you
not
know,
seen that. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
so it's going to have to go on the old head, mate, I'm afraid.
All right, so I'll swap it out.
Okay, then. Well, thank you ever so much,
Thanks
Ryan.
so
You
much.
take great care of yourself. And,
I
yep,
will
we'll
do.
see you in Rotherham.
Cheers. See you later.
See you later. Thank you so much.
Cheers.